strikes midnight, everyone goes to bed. So this continuing party that was supposed to last for hours started dying out section by section as New York, like, it's really cold out here and there's no way we're staying for 3 more hours so we can celebrate with LA. Bye, and they went off satellite. It was exciting. The whole event was incredibly unorganized. It was one of the craziest, wildest events we ever did. Steve, you were down for that one, weren't you? We brought you down for that chaos. And it was chaos. Am I lying? It was chaos. It was absolute nightmarish chaos. Sometimes people who have big visions don't do well with organizing, and that was this event. I was the organized one, and if you know me, that is a frightening company. That I was the organized one out of this event. In fact, my job was stage manager, but we ended up moving into producer role because we started grabbing people and going, no one knows where people are supposed to be on stage, so why don't we just figure it out and tell them, because no one's taking charge of this event. It was frightening. So we got done with the event. We built this amazing stage. It was this big abstract 2000. We had a guy in Texas who was a carpenter build the stage to spec. We had the design so we could walk in and put it together, paint it. He was dyslexic, so pieces of the stage were built backwards. We had to tear them apart and rebuild them. There was supposed to be a big gospel choir that went across the stage, across this big 2000, the big 2, but he built it with like 1x1s or something. It was the most flimsy thing, so we had to tear. We didn't sleep for a week in preparation for this thing, then got through the entire event, tore down and went into coma for about 48 hours. Emerged and were hungry, which brings us about to 10 years ago today. We got up and were hungry as a bear coming out of hibernation, and so we got together, and there were enough of us that we brought in. There was a big group, so there was about 20 of us, 15 to 20 of us that were on this team. One of our team members was from Fort Worth area. We're in Dallas, Fort Worth. And so we went, okay, let's go find some whiskey. We're driving along, she's got this idea. We're going to this restaurant, it's really good. Down the way, we passed this Chinese restaurant. And she's like, oh yeah, that's a great Chinese restaurant. I ate there once before. And we all like, yes, it's food, let's go. And I love Chinese food. How many people are like Chinese people? Chinese food people? That's a very poor showing of you. There should be more. Chinese food is awesome. Since I moved to Idaho, I've gotten into Thai food. My wife likes Thai, she doesn't like Chinese. And but I love Chinese food, so we're excited. So we go in, and if you ever work as a wait staff, probably look at it from their perspective, this was a nightmare waiting to happen, because 20 people who just emerged out of coma are walking in going, we're hungry! And we walk in, and they look at us, and they're like, okay, you're big, loud, and scary, you're going to go to that room over there where no one else is. And we said, cool, excellent. We go in, and we've got everything from Tori, my daughter, who's 2, just before Michelle and I got married, so she's about 2, all the way up to, you know, the team and everything. And so we go in and we're like, okay. And then we put us in this room, we walk in the room, and the room's cold. We're like, hey, can we get the heat turned up in here? It's cold. Yeah, absolutely, that would be great. And can we get a high chair? Because we've got a small child. Yes, absolutely. So we sit down, get settled around this big long table, and nothing happens. The waitress comes, we say, hey, can we get a high chair for the baby? Oh, yes, absolutely. And can we get the heat turned up because we're the only ones in this room and it's cold? Yes, absolutely. She disappears. So after about 10 minutes, we started taking things into our own hands. We went, we found high chair, we found the thermostat, we turned the heat up. It's fine, it's a buffet, we'll serve ourselves in every way. We get settled in, and then they send in the waitress, and I don't know what's going on behind the scenes. I only do my perspective. My perspective is they sent the newbie. The girl who was on the job training. They sent her in to meet with, you know, to deal with these 15, 20 people, not knowing that half of us are vegetarians and eat weird anyway. And then she shows up going, oh my word, I don't know what to do with these bears that have come out of hibernation, and they're really hungry. So she starts taking our order. And if you've ever gone out with large people, that's me, and they're vegetarians and they start doing the specialized order. I want this, but I don't want it with this, but I want it with the other thing, and could you substitute the other sauce? Nightmare. And she's like, oh, we can't do that. Okay, fine. So I'll just take this. It's not really what I want, but I'll take it. So she goes around about 3/4 of the table, and suddenly, one of the experienced wait staff comes in. Somebody asks her the exact same question. Can I have this without the that and the other sauce? Well, absolutely. We can make it any way you want it. So then everybody wants to reorder. This is chaos working itself out. That gets done. They bring us water and plates and silverware, and we're noticing that the water is bubbling in a unique kind of way, and we smell it, and it smells like dish soap. We're like, pardon us, and we don't mean to be rude, but it does seem that these dishes didn't get rinsed very well, and we're not sure that that's really the flavor of China that we want in our water. We didn't say in China, that was rude. So it just went on and on like this. It was immensely horrible, horrible service that we ever had. I figured out why. I went up to pay. And I said, can I speak with the manager? Now, again, to understand, we were on the road between 9 to 10 plus months out of the year. We ate out a lot. We got to the place you could almost order for everybody at any restaurant because you just knew what they were going to get. You didn't have to look at that. You're like, oh, we're TGI's. Okay, they're going to get that. In the process, we learned to become fairly bold. Not rude, bold. And if we got a wait person that was really good, and I encourage you to do this. I think it's one of the funnest things that you can do in a restaurant. If you get a wait staff who is really, really good, at the end of your meal, look at them very sincerely and calmly, but without a smile on your face, and ask to see the manager. Nothing terrifies them more